Hello all, welcome back to yet another day on the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav story series. Today, let us meet an interesting personality from all the way from Eastern India. Yesterday, we saw one interesting personality from Gujarat, right, from the western side of India. Today, we'll move to the eastern part, exactly opposite side to Calcutta region. Before I introduce you to this interesting personality, or before I take you to her page, let me ask you one question. By any chance, do you know who is being referred to as Lokamata in India? Have you heard the title Lokamata? If not, come join me to hear an interesting story based on which the title has originated. Then I will introduce you to this person. Okay? So, I'll, I'm going to take you back to 1840s. This is the time when Britishers were ruling India. And you all know that Britishers were really creative and intelligent enough to levy different kinds of taxes on Indians, so that they can improve their revenue. All the British officers in administration side were given targets to improve their revenue on a daily or periodic basis. Okay, so one fine day, one British officer in Calcutta region got an idea when he was going out for a walk while seeing the number of fishery boats that are returning from Ganges. We all know that Bengalis love fish, isn't it? A day wouldn't pass for most of the Bengalis without having a fish as a main dish. So he thought, if Bengalis love so much of fish, what if I impose some tax on these people for every fish they eat? My revenue will improve multifold and I'll get a big pat on my back from my seniors. I might even get a promotion. So, with this thinking, he's gone down, did his little bit of research, and started imposing heavy taxes on all the fishery boats, which they have to pay before entering into the Ganges River. You all know the fisherman's life, right? They will not have much money. They go into the river, they face all the odds, they fish, and then they come out, sell their fish, and make their livelihood with whatever money they can get, whatever fish, small quantity or the big quantity fish which they are able to procure in the big river. They'll come back, sell it, and then they make money with which they'll buy their food and live their life, right? So how can they pay up in advance without even going for fishing? Even if somehow they take a loan and pay this advance amount, they are not sure that they are going to get that exactly that much amount or more than that amount so that they can feed their families. So, which means their entire lifeline has been cut. They cannot go to work. And the fishermen are born and brought up as fishermen. They got trained right from their childhood as regarding fishing, how to view the nets, take care of the nets, how to take care of their boats, everything. So now they all started crying, crying, crying. They didn't know what to do. So what they did is they went and met all the local zamindars, the local royal families, the local divans who has connections with these British officers. They went and pleaded with these people, saying like, please, my bab, please go and talk to these Britishers and ask them to remove the fishery tax. We cannot pay this fishery tax and then survive and feed our families. It's totally impossible. Can you please give me some solution? But trust me, all these highly economically forward rich people of Bengal didn't have courage to go and talk to these Britishers against a new tax which has been imposed by them. So they just said, no, it's not possible by us. So the fishermen were left in a lurch. They didn't know what to do. So they sat on the banks of River Ganga and they started crying, oh God, what happened? Why Ganga Mata? I mean, they refer the river as, is it God? So they started asking her, why did you get us into this situation? How can we come out of this situation? And all the stuff they started crying. So then, in the meantime, one sadhu was passing by on the banks of the river. So seeing the sadhu, one little wise, rather one old wise fisherman from the entire group said, "Let us go and meet the sadhu and ask him for his advice on this current situation." So they went and pleaded the sadhu. Sadhu said, "Don't worry, though I cannot give you any advice or I cannot help you in any way personally, I can direct you to a person who can solve your problems. And that person stays in the Jana Bazaar, that is the northern part of Calcutta. You guys go and talk to her." I'm not divulging the name here. I just want to create little suspense. So the moment this sadhu mentioned the name of that person, all the, some people in the fisherman group said, "Oh God, what can she be of help to us? She's like already a widow. How can a widow go and talk to Britishers? How can she know about anything about administration? She doesn't know anything about business administration. She doesn't know anything." Then the sadhu said, "No, you go and talk to her and then come to your conclusions. Whether a widow can help you or whether a widow cannot help you and all that stuff. But first go and talk to her." Then our wise old fisherman, who has actually dragged these people to the sadhu, told them, like, "Okay, fine, let us go and try it. At max, what are we going to lose? Another day?" So many people had already said no to us. They closed their doors. So maybe this lady also will close her doors. So let us just go and try. There is no harm in trying, right? If we don't try and suffer, that's not good. But if we try and then suffer because of the failure, that is all. That is at least better. So they all went to this lady. The moment they entered her house in northern Calcutta in Jana Bazaar, the moment they saw her face, there was some peace, some solace that started descending into their hearts because her eyes are so pure. They're oozing out the love and affection to everybody. That's when they said, Madam Ji, this is what has happened. Can you please help us in resolving this issue?" Okay. She listened to them with rapt attention. She understood their grief. She understood what they're going through. She told them, "Okay, please give me some time, 1 week maximum. I'll try to find a solution for you all." Now the fishermen were little happy. At least there is one person in the entire earth who is saying, "Give me some time, I can try to find some solution." Isn't it amazing? They went with a happy hearts back home. Then this lady called her Divanji, her lawyer, and she started consulting with them. Then what happened? She got an agreement papers prepared by her lawyer. You know for what? That agreement paper? She wanted to take around 10 square miles of area on the Ganges River. I mean, from Britishers. She wanted to buy it from Britishers. So she went to the local British officer with that proposition. She wanted to buy some property in Calcutta. The British officer easily agreed, "Okay, fine, go ahead and buy." She said, "No, I want to buy from you, not from other Indians." He said, "Oh, okay, from me. So you're going to give me money. Fine, tell me, what is it that you want to buy?" The Britisher casually asked. She said, "I want to buy 10 square miles on the Ganges River." Britisher was a little surprised. River? One lady is coming and asking for a river. She must be gone crazy. But anyway, I'm going to get money. So why should I be happy? Waste that chance. So I said, "Okay, fine. You buy 10 square miles or 100 square miles, whatever it is, it's up to you. You pay me money and you buy." Then she said, "Okay, fine. I'm going to offer you 10,000 rupees for this." Wow, 10,000 rupees for 10 square miles? It's an interesting deal. Okay, the British acknowledged it. Then immediately this lady called her liar, asked her to show the agreement paper. She said, you get the signatures of all the required authorities on this paper, along with your signature. Then the very next moment, I'm going to hand over this 10,000 INR, I mean Indian rupees, for you. The Britisher was so happy. Ha! He could make some quick buck there. Fine. He signed. He got all the other required authorities to sign that paper. He gave the agreement in one hand. He took the money in other hand. Matter closed. He went home happy. But the interesting work started here, my dear friends. After reaching home, this lady called the masons, iron blacksmiths, everybody. She started making these big iron pegs. She made them install in the on the banks of river Ganga, these iron pegs. And she got a long, very long iron chair which can cover 10 square miles. So she put an iron chain boundary in the 10 square mile radius on the river Ganges. This all took 2 to 3 days of work. Britishers were not aware of it. They were happy saying that they made some good money with this silly deal which one lady from Calcutta got it. They didn't bother. One fine day, when the iron barricade was installed, the ships that were coming from England to Calcutta couldn't enter Ganges. The ships were stranded that side. The British ships, which are supposed to sail out of Calcutta to England and to other countries, were not able to sail out of Ganges. Ha ha! Here comes a twist in the tale. So now Britishers came running to this lady, saying, oh God, what happened? I mean, why did you install this iron barricade? Remove it. They came with all their force. Okay, they think that they can suppress this lady and get it removed within no time. But unfortunately, that's a big no, my dear friends. She has all the evidence, all the proofs that she got this land. I mean that area for her own purpose. So nobody can trespass somebody else's property. Trespassing is prohibited, isn't it? So she showed this agreement and said, no, you cannot trespass into my area. This is my personal area, and I can do whatever I can in this area. My fishermen can go for fishing, my people can do anything, but you cannot enter or you cannot go out of my area. Now the Britishers are in a big fix. They didn't know what to do. So their entire business, their entire transportation is getting stuck. That time there are no flights, right? Isn't it? So what can they do? So they pleaded with this lady. Please, lady, please, madam, can you remove the iron barricade? We can do whatever you want. Then she said, okay, I will remove this iron barricade only when you remove the fishery tax. Ha ha. Now the British officer who imposed this fishery tax got a jolt. Oh, this lady is very clever. Now they cannot do anything. If they have to live in Calcutta, survive in Calcutta, they need a means of transportation in and out of Calcutta. And for that, this lady has to remove the iron barricade. And to remove the iron barricade, they need to remove the fishery tax. They're in a fix. They remove the fishery tax. Not a single drop of blood was shed. Not, I mean, this fishery tax was valid in India only for a maximum period of 1 week. Not much resistance, no dharnas, nothing. But it changed the course of entire fisherman folk in Bengal region. This is how your quick thinking and out of box thinking can help you come out of any difficult situation, isn't it? Now you all must be wondering who is this lady who's responsible for this such a big drama? Yeah, she is none other than Rani Rashmoni Devi. She's pronounced as Rashmani. But in Bengali, they say Rani Rashmoni Devi. She is from the northern Jana Bazar area of Calcutta. She got married at the age of 12 and she entered into the business family as a third wife. Remember this. She entered into this marriage as a third wife. She was born in a lower caste, the downtrodden caste of then Indian society. But her husband is a progressive leader who is working very closely with Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Rabindranath Tagore's father, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, and all the other leaders of that area. So, seeing the fire, she's a very highly intelligent, highly beautiful, very affectionate, loving girl at that point of time. Seeing the fire in her and thirst for knowledge, her husband has started initiating her into studies. She started learning how to read, how to write, and all. Then slowly, she started giving advices to her husband in the business side as well. From a normal mediocre business little wealthy. I'm not say mediocre. It was a little wealthy business family which moved up the ladder and became the richest business family in the entire eastern part of India. Got it? And then she was, she had four daughters, but unfortunately, by the time she reached 30 years of age, her husband has passed away. So, big business empire with no male heir apparent. Everybody was out there to take away all her business empire, take away all her money. And remember, we're talking about the time 1840s to, the 18th century time, right? First of all, ladies themselves were not into business. Very few ladies are rulers, are handling business. Second, she's a widow. Though she got married in a business family, her original caste is a low caste. Considering all these things, her husband's friends, well wishers of the family, her own family members started trying to upset up her business. They were coming up day in and day out with a lot of cunning tactics to remove her from her current position. But you saw her quick thinking, right? You saw her iron will while fighting with the Britishers there. She never budged for anybody. She stood tall and strong. She supported all her four daughters, got them married. She handled the entire business on her own. She helped all the downtrodden people of the Calcutta, fishermen, uneducated people, poor people. She built beautiful buildings in Calcutta. Most of the important archaeological buildings were or built through her. Okay, and then she also built two bathing ghats. She's the first person to start running satrams or chowdhuries or the soup kitchens in the what we call in the Western world today to feed the hungry and the needy people who don't have any livelihood in Calcutta at that point of time. She was instrumental for a lot of reforms. She, in fact, even started working closely with her husband's associates like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, everybody. She started working on abolition of child marriages, abolition of sati, and she started working on getting resolutions about polygamy in India. She is one of the few instrumental key leaders in getting the correct resolutions according on all these evils of the society that were plaguing at that point of time. That's not all, my dear friends. Whenever you visit Calcutta, what is one famous place which you all tend to visit? Most of us love to visit Dakshineshwar, right? That is where Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa Ji got his salvation. He lived there, worshipped goddess Kali, and could see her real in person. That place was built by none other than Rani Rashmoni Devi. Okay, because she got in her dream goddess Kali and asked her to build a temple for her in where people from all castes, all segments of society can go and worship. Because though Kali Ghat is there, though other temples are there in Bengal region, mainly people of only certain sect, certain castes are allowed to go, and not all people were allowed to go. So Goddess Kali advised her to build this. So she got this land from Britishers at a huge sum of money, and she constructed this beautiful building, and she gave it because she's from the lower caste. Not many priests came to preside the day-to-day pujas and all that stuff in this Dakshineswar Mandir. Then Ramakrishna Paramhamsaji's brother became the main priest. And Ramakrishna Paramhamsa also started staying there, and he got his salvation. That is another story for another time. We all know about him, right? He's such a famous person. But for him to become famous, for him to lead his way, the route, Rani Rashmoni Devi is a person who is instrumental for all this thing. It was God's will, through the God's will, that Rani Rashmoni Devi built this Darshaneshwar, which helped Ramakrishna Paramhamsa to reach his salvation and become big saint and spread about Indianness and Indian culture to everywhere. And through Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, we got Vivekananda here, right? How amazing it is, isn't it? This is the place where Rani Rashmoni Devi lived in northern Calcutta, Jana Bazar, and she used to conduct every year the Dasara processions, the Dasara celebrations. She was key instrumental person for the pomp and glory that happens during the Dasara celebrations in Calcutta. Now, all over the world, Calcutta is known for its Dasara processions and celebrations, isn't it? So in 1994, Indian government has released a postal stamp in memory of her. This is Rani Rashmani Devi's statue in Esplanade in Calcutta. So this is her story, my dear friends. Now you know, even though you are not born in a royal family, you can be given the title Rani because you stole so many hearts of people. You helped the entire society, different levels of society. You didn't basically confine yourself to one particular caste or one particular segment of the society. That is how she stole the heart of the entire Calcutta, all the people in Calcutta. That is why she's being referred as Lokamata and she is given the title as Rani, which is amazing, isn't it? So now coming back to my life lessons, what did I learn from her? Strong will. She never blamed herself or the situation or the God for getting married as a third wife into the family or getting widowed at an young age or for dealing with the big bullies and safeguard her business empire, handle it. She took everything in her own stride. Creative thinking, quick thinking, strong will, determination to succeed made her look beyond the situation and do whatever is good for the society. I hope you all enjoy this story and learn something from her. Stay tuned for another interesting person's story tomorrow. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye. From your Suhasni auntie from Mommy Show Music.